I got to draw the pictures.
One day, for no particular reason, nothing was going right. Absolutely, positively nothing was going right. So, I decided to go left. The first thing I did, I left behind my worries.
And just stop there for a second, because when I was reading the words, I said, I'm like, I left behind my worries. What do worries look like? So I had to use my imagination. And see that box there? It's filled with worries. You want to see what a worry looks like? Well, we'll turn the page. Let's see what they look like.
Yep, I left them right there on the ground. They looked up at me and wondered,
Where are you going?
but I just smiled and waved goodbye.
Wait, they hollered.
Come back. Oh, sorry.
Come back. What will happen to us? See, they're worrying.
I simply shrugged my shoulders. You'll be fine. As I walked away, I thought, did I make the right choice? Should I go back and get them? Doubts crept in. So you know what I did? I left behind my doubts. Yep, I left them right there on the ground. They bellowed,
You're making a mistake.
but I just gazed at the sky. They questioned,
Are you sure you're making the right decision?
absolutely, I declared. With my worries and doubts left behind, I could finally think clearly. I forged on until I came to a pool and a diving board I remembered all too well. The last time I tried to dive off that diving board, I splatted on my back. Ouch! I remembered the pain and how scared I was. I started thinking, maybe I shouldn't try this again. So you know what I did? I left behind my fears. Yep, I left them right there on the ground. They screamed.
Don't do it.
I stood up straight, shoulders back, hands pressed above my head.
Stop.
They cried, but I simply turned and gave them a wink. I leaped, splat, on my back once again. Oof, that stings. I thought to myself, this is impossible. It can't be done. So you know what I did? I left behind my frustrations. Yep, I left them right there on the ground. They yelled.
You can't do it.
Again, I stood up straight, shoulders back, hands pressed above my head. They laughed.
Give up already.
I whispered to myself, no way, never. I leaped, feet together, toes pointed, legs straight. Perfect. I did it. I started to realize the more left I went, the more right I felt. So you know what I did? Yep, I kept going left. And before I knew it, everything was going right. As I walked home, I glanced at the ground and I noticed something that I did not expect. My frustrations were a lot smaller. My fears, a lot quieter. My doubts, a lot calmer. My worries, practically gone. So, I decided to pick them back up. And you know what? They felt lighter now. And they weren't so hard to handle anymore. And I realized it was okay to have them with me, so long as I kept an eye on them and made sure that they didn't get too big or too loud or too overwhelming. But if they did, and I felt like nothing was going right again, then I'd simply go left. When life's burdens start to feel too heavy, don't be afraid to put them down for a while.
Mark?
Cola, Giba. Thank you. That was a fun, for me, reading it was